Hey guys, what's up? My name is Joshua, or Composited C1, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make Call of Duty thumbnails similar to this one. This is going to be the thumbnail that we'll be covering in this tutorial. Probably going to break it down into about 10 minutes. That's all it should take if we start in a few seconds. So I'm just going to walk you guys through how to go from the Call of Duty frame that you want to the end result, which is obviously this. So let's start. I'm just going to hide all of this and I'm going to leave us with this basic Call of Duty frame. It's just a random triple that I hit on MW3. So to start off, we're going to take our pen tool and we're going to pen tool around the gun, and the reason why we're going to do this is we're going to make a second selection layer. That way we can give the white outline to the gun, which is obviously a really cool effect. It also allows us to add different text effects that will only apply to the gun layer, so that way we can give it more depth, or it won't be affected by the CC that we'll put on the background of the Call of Duty game. That way our text stands out and our gun will also stand out as well. So we should be done here in a second, and we're just gonna make sure that we get all of the guns. So if you have to, zoom in to get it as accurate as possible, because if you don't, it's gonna be really sloppy and people will notice. Might not think like, oh yeah, it's a thumbnail, like it's not that much work. To get a good looking thumbnail, yeah, it's actually a pretty decent amount of work. What's nice about them is you don't have to be spot on with everything. So as you can see, I'm jumping around quite a bit. Also, for this tutorial's sake, we're just gonna, hurry it up a bit. That way I'm not wasting too much of you guys' time, although I hope people enjoy this video. I thought it was a pretty good idea. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make a new layer, which you just right click inside the composition, go to make selection, and it's gonna make these little marching ants. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do Control J to copy the layer, and we're going to actually rasterize this really quick. So now if we unclick, we only have our gun mask, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to Effects, Stroke, we're gonna make it white, and we're gonna make the size 6. And then what we're also gonna do is we're gonna go to Gradient Overlay and put it at Overlay and 20. Just gives it a little bit more like pop. And so now what we're gonna do, as you can see, we have a lot more to do. We're gonna actually start with the text. I'm gonna use Nexa Bold, about 150. So we're gonna do thumbnail tutorial, and you can always do different colors on the text. I'm also going to right align this because personally I find that to be the best for what we're gonna be doing. So what we're gonna want to do is we're gonna want to go to Google, and I'm also gonna grab this image, which we'll use later. This isn't gonna be the exact one we'll use. So we're gonna go back to, we're gonna go to pattern. So we're just gonna type in pattern up here, and we have search projection large, and we're gonna end up using this pattern, which I pre-found before this tutorial. It seems to work the best, so we're gonna want to make sure that we go to view image to get the full resolution and everything. And it seems to be taking a little while. I'm just gonna clear out all these tabs in an effort to hope that it goes by quicker, which it's not. Let's try the blue one, and there we go. So we're gonna want to download the 2560. Oh, where'd it go? That was odd. Just want to click it, and it should just let us copy the image. We go back to Photoshop, Control V for paste, and we're gonna want to make it the middle center of our image. We're gonna pull that one back there. I'm gonna make this a clipping mask of our text, and go to FX. We're going to go to inner shadow. We're gonna leave it as it is. We're just going to apply the basic effect. Go to Gradient Overlay, Overlay 20. I'm gonna go to Stroke. We're gonna make that white as well with a 6 on it. And then we're also gonna go to Drop Shadow. We're gonna make it white as well. Normal blend mode, opacity all the way up, size at 0, and we're gonna put the distance at 8. Nah. I'm gonna put it at 4. And then we're gonna actually take the stroke down to about 4 as well. So what that does is it'll give us just a little bit of a 3D projection. It's barely noticeable, but it does sometimes make a difference. Just depends on how you look at it. We're also going to go to our pattern. We're going to hit Control U to bring up the hue/saturation. We're going to put it to a pink hue. Or actually, we'll do purple for this go around. So we have purple text, and what we're going to do is we're just going to center this text up with however we want it. So I'm going to put it as a diagonal projection, and we'll have it going like this. We're going to actually have it going over the gun, but if you really wanted to, you could put the gun over the text, although in this case it'll cut out part of your text and some people might not find that readable. So we're going to put it back under. And next, excuse me, we're going to take this pattern that we found. You can obviously use any pattern. We're going to put it between the gun layer and the bottom clip. And what we're going to do is we're going to make Control U, and we're going to make this purple as well. So there we go, we have it at purple. We're going to put this as soft light and about 50 opacity. That way you get like this radial pattern coming at you, but obviously you can still see it's a Call of Duty clip. And then we're also going to, I'm going to rasterize this really quick. We're going to go to our bottom framer, make sure it's, you're going to hold C to crop. Just enter and then enter again to make sure everything is cropped. And then we're going to go to Inner Glow. We're going to add a Vinge. So we're just going to make the color black, blend mode normal. And we're going to take the size, put it to about 75. And then about a 33 opacity really seems to do the trick. We're also going to go to Gradient Overlay, overlay at 20%. And then we can also do just a color overlay, and we're going to make this purple. Just maybe try to get things to blend in. I'm going to put it as a hue and 20%. So now we have a pretty basic thumbnail. One other thing that you can always add is you can do this little corner cut. So we're going to take the lasso selection tool. We're just going to make a corner cut, and then we're going to fill it in as a new layer. And then we're going to take our pattern, our text pattern, we're going to make it a clipping mask over this. And we're just going to we're going to copy the layer style from the text. We're going to paste that layer style onto this little corner piece, and it almost cuts out part of the clip. And we can also do it up in this corner as well, so let's do that really quick. And it's just simple little add-on effects that you can do that seem to make thumbnails more interesting and hopefully get more people to click on them. What we can also do is a few little CC options. So we're going to take curves, we're going to apply it to our bottom layer. We're going to bring it down to make the clip a little bit darker. Then we can also do a gradient map with purple as our other color and our black. And for this we're going to apply it as a soft light. So there we go. And we're going to drag the opacity down to the 20s, about 20. So now you can see our gun is very, very noticeable. Our text is obviously readable. If we move it around a little bit, center it back up we could probably center it. That's a little bit too long right there. But if we drag it down a bit, you might just want to center this, you know. Just, it's all down to preference. It's what you think will look the best. So right now I think that actually looks really good, or we can just put it in the middle, you know. Just up to you, maybe a little bit on a dynamic approach. And now, as you see, we have a really nice looking thumbnail. It's obviously different from our start. And what I'm going to ask is if this video gets 75 likes, I will give you guys the entire PSD with both thumbnails, and you'll have the patterns and the clip and everything, and you'll be able to make them for yourself. Hopefully I showed you guys how to do the basics. If you have questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments section below. We always answer questions there. And again, 75 likes and I'll give you guys the PSD. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks.